In this video, we'll go over the basics of formatting. Bear in mind that your help documentation is not a brochure. As the name suggests, the primary goal of your help file is to help your users and not to attract their attention with colorful fonts and images as brochures do to lure customers into buying products. So, the most important rule when it comes to formatting is to keep it simple. Before you begin work, make sure you get client approval for font size, color, line spacing, etc. 2. Maintain consistency of style. Do not change the font style, or line spacing randomly in the help file. Let us say your client wanted images to have a title in italics. The title is to be placed at the bottom margin of the images, and they are also to be centered. This rule has to be implicitly obeyed throughout the document wherever images are inserted. Therefore, placing a title at the top margin of an image, or making the title left-aligned or right-aligned at the bottom of the image are all disallowed. Now let's take a closer look at the formatting we have done to the text of the topics that we created earlier. We must say at this moment that we followed a particular style of formatting for this help file. You could follow the same, but as we have advised earlier, check for client approval before you begin work. We have used the Arial font setting and a font size of 10. If you wish to change the font or the font size, here's where you do it, using the font name and the font size drop-down list boxes. For short sentences to proceed to subsequent lines, that is, to move to the next line, we have used the carriage return or the enter key on the keyboard at the end of the sentence. For longer sentences, if your lines exceeded the right border, the sentence will automatically wrap to the next line. To create a line of space, use the carriage return or the enter key. You can view paragraph and text marks that represent carriage returns by toggling the Short Paragraph and Text Marks button here. Notice how the titles to sign in and to sign out have been made in bold lettering. To do this, select the text and press Ctrl-B on your keyboard, or click the bold button from the ribbon. To make text appear in italics, select the text and press Ctrl-I on the keyboard or click the italics button on the ribbon. To underline text, select the text and press Ctrl-U on the keyboard or click the underline button. Also, the names of the boxes, username, password, the buttons such as sign in, sign out, and the pronouns, that is, the name of products such as Firefox, Google, Chrome, etc., have also been made bold. Next, we have made the note stand out by giving it a red color and by making it bold too. To make the text red, select the text and click the Apply Color to Text drop-down list, and from the palette, choose the red color from the list of standard colors. To highlight text, select Text and choose a color from the Apply Color to Text and Background drop-down list. In the note, we have left the link as it is because Help and Manual automatically creates a default formatting for links. Now, let us explain an important aspect of documentation called whitespace. Notice how there is adequate spacing in between instruction lines and the sections to sign in and to sign out. Instead of cramping lines together, notice how by just providing a single line of space in between instruction statements and by providing 2 lines of space before the To Sign Out section, we have added more clarity to the content, also called breathing space. These spaces make the document easy on the eye for the user. At the same time, do not misuse this technique by creating too much of white space. Just the adequate amount will do. Next, for the numbering of steps, we have inserted numbers manually and haven't used any auto-numbering as in numbered lists. To left-align the instruction steps after every single number and the period that follows the number, we have included 2 spaces before beginning the instruction statement, and we have inserted a single space after the period for double digits. This ensures the left alignment of the instruction statements so that they all start from the same left position. However, the better option would be to use auto-numbering, which we'll explain in the next video. Numbering statements manually, as explained here, has some disadvantages. We have just explained a simple yet effective technique to format your content. In fact, you could use this as a template for your projects or create one of your own. However, if your client wants a different font size and spacing, go with those choices. Help and Manual has a very powerful and feature-rich editor. The sky is the limit when it comes to customizing your content, but do bear in mind the rules we mentioned earlier about keeping the formatting simple and least distracting. In our next video, we'll look into why numbered lists are the better option when it comes to the numbering your instruction steps.